Communication training with Dan O'Connor.
Hi everybody, this is Dan O'Connor, giving you the best danger phrases, or it might be the worst danger phrases, of 2016. And today's danger phrase is, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
There is almost no phrase that is more of a danger phrase than I'm sorry. I mean, there are a whole bunch of them that are maybe toxic phrases, but we tend to say things that are toxic or insulting to somebody else on purpose when we say them. I'm sorry is a phrase that we will use so many times, unwittingly offending the person or making a situation worse, when we think we're actually making it better by throwing in a gratuitous, I'm sorry. But we've all had people say to us, I'm sorry. Now, especially for women, by the way. So if you are a woman listening to this, remember, I'm sorry tends to be a verbal pattern used more by women. Many times, many times more than a man uses it. A woman will say, I'm sorry. And it's funny how women tend to say, I'm sorry, as you do things like bang into their cart at the grocery store. Try that, by the way. It's hysterical. I mean, I apologize if you're a woman and somebody did that to you because I told them to, but it's just a social experiment. We'll all live. And them at the movies do things looking for the women who say, I'm sorry, as they do it. It tends not to be, men don't tend to say that when somebody runs into them or hits them, they don't tend to say, oh, I'm sorry, but more women do. It's important to know how disempowering that verbal pattern is, because while predators, it's creepy to say that over and over again.
Predator.
While predators will consciously look for people who say that, think about the reasoning behind that, because that verbal pattern is a very disempowered and disempowering one. The more we say it, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, we're labeling ourselves as sorry, and we are taking a very submissive stance in many situations that do not warrant it. For example, if somebody, if you are apologizing to somebody, I'm sorry for taking that without asking. I'm sorry that I came in late. Well, that's a little better, but it's much more impactful if we were to instead say, I apologize that I came in late today, or I apologize for doing that. I apologize. I was wrong, and I apologize. So first of all, it's more impactful. But secondly, when I start to use the phrase, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, or like listen to women on the telephone, I'm sorry, what was that? I'm sorry, let me connect you. What that does is, using the phrase, remember, connects me with others who use it. So if I say I'm sorry, I'm going to be put subconsciously in the minds of those who are listening to me in the same category as others who get stepped on and say I'm sorry as people step on them. Would you want to hire that person for a job? Would you want to give them the next promotion? Do you think that that's leadership material? Probably not. So whether you're a man or a woman, I'm sorry should be right at the top of your danger phrase list. Remember to keep your danger phrase list visually available, because human beings are visual communicators, and it helps us really make dramatic strides in our communication development when we have visual cues around us. We talk about those in other lessons, which, by the way, you'll find on onlinecommunicationtraining.com or danoconnortraining.com, or in our store.danoconnortraining.com. But we want to have visual cues, danger phrase lists, both at home and at work, to help purge some of these phrases that are sabotaging our success. Or, for example, a deliberately insulting phrase, I'm sorry about that. Or, I'm sorry if. I'm sorry if it hurt your feelings. I'm sorry if that offended you. I'm sorry if you don't like that. I'm sorry if we are apologizing to somebody, it's because we recognize that something is wrong to them, with them. Something has offended them. And so if we say something such as, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, what that means is, I would be sorry if I thought I did something wrong, but I don't. So I'm going to say these words anyway, and I don't know what the result I'm looking for is, but it's not going to be positive or constructive. That's what all of that says. Wouldn't it be much easier to simply say, I apologize. I apologize for hurting your feelings. I apologize that I hurt your feelings. So remember, right at the top of your list, I'm sorry. For every professional and personal communicator, that should be purged and replaced with, when applicable, I apologize. And you'll see a big difference. Those little tiny things. So, again, this is Dan O'Connor. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, subscribe to it, like this video, share it, comment, do all those things. And remember to send in a video question, and I will respond in a video answer. This is Dan O'Connor here with everybody here at Dan O'Connor Training, signing off.